Man, there's so much hype about the tech sales industry right now. It's absolutely crazy, but who's actually going to tell the truth about the job? My name is Dwayne Golden. I'm the AVP of sales here at a $20 billion software company here in Miami, Florida. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the harsh realities of the job of tech sales that you absolutely should know before you dive in or spend any more time researching. Here's the first one. The first harsh reality is average salespeople suck. Right? That's just mean to say, but I prefer to give it to you real. If you don't want real, you're on the wrong freaking channel. Average salespeople suck. What does that mean? They're not making multiple six figures, and if they're average, they're not going to be making six figures for very long. That's just the reality. The 80-20 rule in sales is a reality. What's the 80-20 rule? 20% of salespeople are responsible for 80% of the revenue. That's right, 80% of the revenue is generated by the top 20%. Understand that it's very possible to get there, but it's not everybody. That's a reality. It's the 80-20 rule. If you're thinking you're going to sign up and be making huge commission checks after your first few months, if it's your first time in tech sales, you're probably not going to do that. Are you prepared to live off of the base salary for your first 3 months, for your first 4 months? Ask yourself these questions. Am I in that position where I can afford to take that sort of risk? Most people just aren't willing to suck at anything long enough to be good at anything. Really quick, while you're watching this video, go ahead, smash the subscribe button. We're around 110 subscribers. We're trying to get to 200. I appreciate your support. The second harsh reality of tech sales that you need to know about is sales is not easy. It's actually very freaking hard. Why is nobody talking about this? This job is hard. It's nuts. I think the dream that people are buying into is like, you know, you get to work at home from your PJs all day, maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, and they pay you a super high salary, and you're making so much money and traveling the world without much effort. I got news for you. That's a lie, fam. They not telling you the truth. One thing about tech sales that's not easy, you have to be able to handle pressure regularly. You have to be able to handle intense competition. That's got to be part of your genetic makeup. That's got to be part of who you are as a person. Think to yourself, how do you handle pressure? Do you embrace it? Does it throw you off your game? Do you find yourself rising to the occasion? How do you like competition? Do you avoid competition? Doesn't make you a good or a bad person either way, because in sales, you're going to be put under pressure consistently. The reward for crushing your quota as a salesperson is a higher quota. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine finally hitting your goal in your job, whatever it is that you do, and the reward for hitting that goal is just a higher one? It's madness. That's what a life of a salesperson is. That's what you're signing up for. People don't like to talk about this stuff, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I lead a team of about 125 or so salespeople. It fluctuates, but the reality is it's hard. And I tell them, they know that their job's hard, but you know what? Those who can do it are paid very, very, very well. That's right. You can be paid very, very well if you can handle the pressure, if you love competition, if you like that edge you gotta wake up with and grind every single day. This might be for you. This is not for the weak. If you're looking for a cushy job where you can just work a couple hours a day, travel the world, work remote without having to be completely dedicated to getting better, it's the wrong career. That's a lot of the lies that I'm seeing in these videos, and no one's talking about it. That's why I'm bothering to share this with you now. Is it possible to make a killing? Yes. Do you get to travel sometimes? Yes. But it's not part-time. It's not part-time. It's more than full-time. That's what they're not telling you. It costs more than most people are willing to pay. That's why the 80-20 rule exists. It's not just a skill gap, it's a will gap. Most people aren't willing to pay the price of earning $500,000 a year. Think about this for yourself. You're smart, you're watching, you're doing your research. Does it make sense for any company to pay six-figure salaries for salespeople who aren't closing deals regularly? The only way you can consistently close deals is to consistently be working. The unlimited PTO sounds so great on paper. Anybody who's taking 4 weeks PTO or taking massive amounts of PTO is not closing deals consistently. If you're not closing deals consistently, you will not be employed consistently. So if you want to get paid this crazy money, you have to dedicate all of your focus, all of your attention on getting better, on working, finding out how to get more deals, finding out how to get in touch with your customers, learning new things, reading books, constantly developing yourself. This is not a passive career path. It takes everything you got to be great at this. It pays well if you can be great, but it takes everything you got. It takes more than just your regular 40 hours. If you're signing up for this so you can work part-time from your pajamas, wrong career. You will lose. You might get hired for a time, but if you want to make bank, you want to make 300,000, you want to make 200,000, you want to make 100,000, it requires focus. It requires intention. It's not something that will happen passively. The third harsh reality, job security. The truth is, companies can't afford to pay you if you're not making sales. It doesn't make sense. How can a company pay you a very high salary for a remote job or any in-office job if you're not closing deals? It is literally a loser of an investment to pay you a lot of money for a little bit of production. You are actually costing your company more money than you're making them if you're not a producer. So if you get hired at a tech sales company, they give you maybe 1 or 2 quarters to figure it out. That's about 6 months, and you still aren't making sales. Your days are numbered. You will not be employed long term. That's why it's important to understand what you're getting yourself into. However, there's 2 sides to every coin. It can be scary if you're not a salesperson. It will be scary if you're not closing deals regularly in your first 6 months. It will be very scary. But the other side of it is if you are closing deals regularly, you can get away with almost murder. If you're one of these people who are a high producer, they're going to care a lot less about what time you come into work every day. They're going to care a lot less about you calling in sick every 3 days. As long as you're putting up that number that they need, as long as you're smashing your goal, you can get away with just about everything as long as you're not disrespectful or a jerk. You can go and travel to Bali. You can go and do whatever you want as long as you understand how to close deals. But the funny thing is, the people making the videos have already crossed that road. They've already gotten to that level where they're making that crazy money and hitting their goals. So they do have that freedom. It's not a lie, but the freedom's not for the people who are just signing up today. So what's the harsh reality? Unproductive salespeople will be terminated. Unless, of course, you're working at one of these cupcake companies. What's a cupcake company? That's one of these places that give you unlimited PTO, let you work from home. They don't care how productive you are. Everybody's paid the same. They have a YMCA policy, which means everybody gets a trophy no matter how good they are. And those companies are different. You might not get fired for not producing there. They'll keep you on. They keep everybody on. But know what they do instead? They do a mass layoff where they fire everyone at one time, even the good people. You've seen it a lot in tech. A lot of cupcake companies out there. You don't want to work for a cupcake company. Why? Because if you are a producer, they don't treat you the right way. You want to be at a place where if you're a high producer, you get special privileges. You want to work at a place where they appreciate the effort and the time and the investment required to be good at sales. Maybe you're at a cupcake company today and you're working remote as much as you want. Hey, you get unlimited PTO and you don't even have to do that many sales. Your days are numbered too. If you don't believe me, do your own research on that. That's the ugly side that they don't like to tell you. I prefer to work at the companies who value people differently, where everyone is not the same. It's where it's a meritocracy, where you're paid based on your production. That's what you want. That's why you sign up for sales. This is my last point here. No one in history does anything significant working 9 to 5. That's the scary part. If you don't believe me, do your research. You think you're gonna be some amazing person? You think you're gonna be a millionaire just working your average 9 to 5, just checking in and checking out? You're wrong. Won't happen. Who do you know that's done that? Making $1 million every year just working 9 to 5. Don't worry, I'll answer it for you. No one, unless they win the lottery, of course. Tech sales has changed my life forever. I'm worth over 7 figures because of this industry. So this isn't to push you away from it. This is to give you the reality. I'm obsessed with winning. When I'm not at work, I'm listening to a book or reading a book about how to get better. Are you that person? Are you dedicated? How bad do you actually want to be good in sales? Or is this just something you're looking for because someone told you it was easy? If someone's told you it was easy to make multiple 6 figures in tech sales, they lied to you. And this is the wrong career path. Don't do it. If you are willing to pay the price, this might be for you. If you're looking at tech sales and you've got that grit, if you're looking at tech sales and you're willing to pay the price, you're willing to put in the hours, you're willing to make the investment, you're willing to invest into yourself to get better, this industry is perfect for you. But don't believe the lies. If you want to learn how you can make more money in tech, if you want to learn the insider secrets that most people don't talk about in tech sales, you need to subscribe to my channel now. If you want to learn how to make money in sales long term, not just short term, like the video. I appreciate you watching. My name is Dwayne Golden. I'm out of here.